So this is the average NBA player. They stand in at about 6 feet 7 inches tall, weighing about 215 pounds. But when you zoom in on this graphic and see that little person at the bottom there, this is you. This is who you are as the average man. You're 5 feet 9 inches short and weigh almost the same as these guys who are a foot taller than you. But gentlemen, being a foot shorter than these guys isn't the worst part. These guys also made it to a league where 99% of humanity would never even get a chance to smell. The odds of making the NBA as a black person is 1 in 147,000. As a white individual is 1 in 2.5 million people. And when we extrapolate that to the rest of the races, we see that it takes in approximately 1 in a trillion whatever to make it to the NBA. All that is to say, these people are a lot more special than you and I. And it doesn't just stop with the pure physicality. When we take a deeper look at the pure dinero these people are bringing in, we can be very comfortable in our misery. Because as we all know, the average American earns about $60,000 a year. And I'm gonna go ahead and make you feel extra bad by comparing this to Jason Tatum.
We did it.
Guys, Jason Tatum is earning $34 million per season. So what that basically means is while you're grinding for 16 years just to make $1 million, Jason Tatum is making $1 million every 10.6 days. Let that sink in, guys. Let it go down your throat and just relax. I'm gonna go through this video with you. We're gonna feel the pain together. Now, there are also rumors on the street that these guys are averaging a third leg, which does just rub all of these things in and make it a lot more difficult to process. I mean, some of these people can get so cool and so loved by the world that they create their own religion, their own sexuality. Have y'all ever heard of bronsexuals, people?
Ring ain't working on his so that's if you wonder how Bryant been.
Bro, this cannot be real. What's good, Trifecta?
What's good, Trifecta?
What's good? Guys, that was the wrong meme. I am sorry. You know what? I'm not even playing the meme no more. Let's go back to the clip.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
I still play the meme. I'm sorry. Guys, we even have Barbie dolls. We have Le Barbies. Now, let's get serious real quick and actually help you understand what this video will be about. Everything I just talked about when it comes to these NBA players compared to you can't change. We have no control over our height. We have no control over if we're going to be athletic enough to make it to the NBA necessarily, okay? Necessarily. So because of that fact, I want to take a deeper look at you versus an NBA player. Let's take a look at things that you have control over. Let's take a look at the average NBA player's mindset, their physicality, their discipline compared to the average person. This video, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be a banger and is gonna help you learn about how pathetic you are, my good friend. Let's go. Now, let's start this video off, guys, by talking about discipline. Discipline as a professional athlete is one of the most important things that separate you and I from these glorious motherfuckers. Now, let's keep it simple. You probably hit your snooze 3 times in the morning before you wake up. You go to the gym. You actually work out at home if it's not your rest month. And then you go to work, come back home, and probably watch 5 or 6 videos from DeeTalk. This is probably the average person's life. But when we take a look at the discipline of a professional athlete, especially a guy that makes it to the NBA, we see things that are almost unnatural. And though I make videos about other sports like the NFL, I think NBA has some of the most dedicated players and individuals I've ever seen in my life. When we take a look at the case of Kobe Bryant, we see the definition of discipline and dedication.
I had a purpose. I wanted to be one of the best basketball players to ever play. And anything else that was outside of that lane, I didn't have time for.
There's no other person that showed dedication to their sport as much as Kobe Bryant. And guys, I will honestly say my discipline and my attitude towards life has been very much impacted by the journey and legacy of someone like Kobe Bryant. If we're just getting serious for a second, what this man put himself through for his entire life to be good at this one thing that he cared about is so motivating to everyone. It was so motivating to me to just see his story and the tragic end of it. I come here every day and try to make videos and try to entertain you guys. That takes a level of discipline. But when it comes to the NBA, when it comes to making it at a professional level in a sport that 99.9% of people would never get to, that takes monk level discipline.
Imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4, you go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again.
Guys, it would be a disservice to talk about NBA players and compare anyone to an NBA player without just first looking at the top of the top, the embodiment of a professional himself in Kobe Bryant. And may his soul rest in peace, the Mamba himself. We love you, man.
You did it. You're in the Hall of Fame now. You're a true champ. You're not just an MVP. You're an all-time great.
Now, on a lighter note, we obviously have people like Zion Williamson who doesn't show any sort of discipline whatsoever. He is actually the only crank in this armor that I have on the fact that you're much more pathetic than an NBA player.
Every chef there wants to meet him because they know he'll eat the table.
Zion Williamson has all the physicality and the physical traits to make it to the NBA, and that's why he got here. But he shows that at any level, players and people can be undisciplined. So that's why I'm not gonna go with, oh my god, you're that much worse when it comes to discipline than an NBA player, because some of these guys can make it to the league just because of their physical attributes and not because of that mental discipline that some of us actually do have as regular people.
My brain cannot process failure. It will not process failure.
Okay guys, I promise that's the last clip I'm gonna be using Kobe, but I just want to say that NBA mentality is so cool to talk about. When we look at a guy like Kobe who literally has the term called the Mamba mentality, guys, these NBA players have to be so mentally tough just because of the game that they play. Basketball is a very mentally draining game where you have to be in your own zone 100% of the time. It's a game where you can be hot on one occasion and then cold on the other occasion. So these guys have to be 100% grounded within themselves, trust their abilities, be confident at every juncture of their career in order to be successful. And this level of mental strain is what makes their job and their position so admirable and yet so important. I know some of you are gonna say I'm glazing the NBA, bro, but please relax. Now, for the regular person, I would say our mentality is pretty tough because we're growing up in a society that is very bad. The education system is out of date. There's a lot of issues out here. Some of us are trying to graduate college and we can't get jobs. It's very difficult to know where you stand. The economy is horrible, and our mentality obviously has to be up at some point in order to just make it through everyday life. Guys, we go through a lot as regular people. I know you go through a lot, bro, and you have to deal with it. You go through breakups, you go through issues every day, and you don't have the luxury to go out there and make millions of dollars in order to survive. You don't have the luxury to go out there and have all the fame, all the you're not 6'10", you're not all of these things, but you still pull through, you still go through life, and you're still able to give value to the world. You're still able to work hard. That in its core is a mentality that NBA players would admire. So that's why, even though we may not have the discipline as these guys, we still have the mentality to survive in a world that really doesn't give a about us. Let's be honest, to survive in a world where we're struggling and these guys are making millions, but still have the courage to go out there and support them night in, night out, and care about the dumb sport that they play. Being a basketball player, yes, it takes discipline, but being an average person takes a certain mindset, and being a productive average person takes an extra level of mindset. But yeah, overall guys, this was just a cool thing I wanted to talk about. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Maybe I might do one about soccer or the MLB. I don't know. I'm loving this format. Bye bye. All the new subs will come out with more bangers. Peace out. Bye. Mwah.